wasan etu asemi ento aso no akwa akɔhye nyame ya adomo a efiada
sanso na mampani ala ya fo kyerese ensem a chachuchu kata na se de gina ma mampani dada mahama no de oka se omma kwan ne hwehwe om nsemu no na so mfa papers ni bi mfi eye MPP side dem ra no enya ade a etwa eyi ana se eye nokre
yakọ NDC afa enso amame Marietta Brew apia opon kyerese wo mu da so ewo case papa e won nsem no a ekoso na emfa ho se ensem ni bi wo ho a ye de kwa na aboato agu
we ni ensem bi na dwumre yatena asese ba bedam se anwumre kase bo ewo UTV so na ye atena se de ensem ye brem no medi e de Anim Addo ni menu aba
Akosua Sarpong na ye kai mo se enwumako bi adaro ma no maso yasene ama ye de kase bo yi bremo this way chocolate drink yo hia e nsu share was special ice mineral water ye was special drinks ye was best point savings and loans best assurance ne best pension wo mo nyina ye enwumako maso yasene ama ye de kase bo yi bremo afa ye ko ensem ni mu edia na ene Supreme Court eko asetena na asetena ni mu no ene ye tu ensem no akwa February da etoso enum na chese nyame adoma efiada na abra ensenie no ekoso no se de petitioner ede ne nsem ekoye ekoto ho ema na wo hwehwe animu se mami Jane Mensa nsem no efa bi no anka obetumi ede constituency any regional coalition sheet ni bi ebeba na nka o ma ye inspection eno na Supreme Court to say what ase sa ema mo ye ne sa enye yie sanse wo beka na wo mo nso kutakuta sheet ni bi na sisi ye kasai wo mo hunu asem no potiye a ebetimi ama wo no mo ho kwan ama watimi afa sa ekwan no na order 29 a no ye CI 47 no eno na wo no edi gina so ema sa rule yi eba ye na enipa wo de asem yi etu eja hankasa Chief Justice Yera Anim yeboa mekire Justice Anim yeboa na wo kire ensem ni mum na application ba ko lead counsel ema enkane mampanyi John Dramani Mahama ora chachuchi kata ede etu edwa no chese nanka obenya kwan na afewa ye application foforo eno eye witness statement foforo ne chese dancing foforo anka eno no betimi agina so ama wono nsem no emu ada ho yie pa na eno no chese sa nipa yi sa bre yi aye kasa nipa no ho dodo no enti wontumi emansa na asem na woka ye no chese waka kire afane nyina sese na etie nam so ematemuafo henso wo mu nyina sode ye ene empanimfo yi aloyafo a wo mu eba court wo aba bedi asem wo mu nyina kowura chambers em wo mu koye a wo mu ekokeka ansem no na abra wo ba ye no na Chief Justice kire se nyame ya adom a efiada na ensem no wo mu ebeto aso
yato so ewo court nserimu ana a lawyer for so ejina o mampani Akufo Addo so ekire se de owura chachuchi kata se lawyer ni ojina o mampani dada Akufo Addo de ba court ne ebe kan se enkrata bi wo ho a eye yisina na se electoral commission emfa ma omo no omo kire sansa no omo ka no enya ade a etwa ne kwan mu na ensem na kire mu kire ade a enkrata dodo na ewo NDC fo no ana so mampani dada mpanifo ejina o lawyer fo ejina mu ede ama no ensem dodo na ewo mo ho nti omo ntiase se omo san ebisa enkrata ura akoto ampa ono so lawyer ni a ogina o mampani no ono so kasa ya kan se basa na NDC for na so mampani dada lawyer for ogina ode mano no omo twe asem no e de akwa kogina baabi esanse se wo ba court na se wo de asem na e ba de a na wo nkrata wo nsem ni nyina nya afi na obedu court na we bisa se yemfa nkrata foforo ema sanso na ura kojo opon kroma a ono so kan mampani Akufo Addo lawyer for no so e kan se de NDC for no ye no e kire se ensem no ompese omutwe ejira nchen a de omo
This application is aimed at giving the petitioner an opportunity to go and inspect some documents. Inspection of documents generally is allowed in litigation, but it is not a matter that you have as of right. It is at the discretion of the court, and you have to convince the court or establish something before the court for the court to grant it. You have to prove that there is some necessity. You heard Mr. Chachuchi Kata on his feet for about an hour trying to establish the necessity for which they should be granted leave to inspect these documents. And you heard counsels on the side of the first and second respondents argue that no necessity has been demonstrated because all of those documents are already in the custody of the petitioner. And the petitioner has not demonstrated before the court that there's anything wrong with the copies that he has, and therefore asking to inspect the originals. Because you have the documents already. Indeed, some of those documents were attached by the petitioner himself to his petition, some of the witnesses as well to their witness statements. We also noticed, principally, that as the case moves on, and particularly with this application, the petitioner is now seeking to invite the court to breach a time-tested rule in litigation that he who alleges must prove. You come to court with your own case and your burden of proof is on you. It is when you have satisfied what we call a case, you have made a case in law, that the burden of proof now shifts onto the respondents or the defendants to respond. Before then, plaintiff had made an argument that if you have nothing to hide, why don't you produce the documents? Those documents are even on the internet. They have been published already. They are within the custody of the petitioner. So don't be swayed by this propaganda line that if you have nothing to hide, why are you not producing the documents? The documents have been made available. They are already in the custody of the petitioner. They are in the custody of all other political parties or candidates who took part in this election. They are in the custody of the second respondent. And they have not demonstrated any necessity for it.
Abrana na Addo danko Akosua Addo na lawyer for no ewieye na yera John Dramani Mahama nkane mampanyi ono so na lawyer for begina ye ema mame Marietta Brew apia opon ono so de nsem etu edwa wo se omo ba no ma hyeda bo omo ho e no mo ba court no enti wo mo befamu akopem se ye bewie ensenie no emfa ho se nsem ni bi wo ho omo de ko na ye botogu no wo mo bekoso akonkoden akọwo no anim na wo mo nim de wo mo de ba court no eno anso no wo mo kro mo mudie mu.
Supreme Court has ruled there's not much we can do, but we disagree with the fact that all these documents are said to be in our custody and therefore we are not entitled to it. You heard the two witnesses that have testified so far. Both of them, for example, have said the Form 13. They have never seen or signed the Form 13. And that is at least one document that we don't have in our custody, the most important document of all. We've never seen it. Again, we've made it clear that we were not part of whatever discussions happened at the EC when the different corrections were made. And therefore, we need to see the basis for those corrections. Well, we've been denied that opportunity by the court. But that's not the end. We'll still continue with our case. The EC is supposed to be an impartial part of this whole election process. What do they have to hide? What prejudice will be occasioned to them if they produce the documents for us to see? None whatsoever. If you conducted your activities as EC chair, fairly, transparently, impartially, why will you not produce the documents for us to see? We still think we have a very strong case. We are very, very certain about the case we have before the court. Irrespective of the fact that our applications have been refused, we came to court prepared. We are ready to continue with the case, and we will go through with the case till the very end.
Ya to so na ekopiemu wa mrahye bedwama na first deputy speaker etna dwamu Ross ewusu na nsem bi odetu dwa na se mrahye bedwafo ni bi ekoteste eye covid na omo ye positive na se yare bi achom na nso omo da ho a eba adwuma e na o chese se empanifo omo di sa adwuma anhwe ni ya ebo mu din na amansa ye hu se de omo ye no enya de etwa ye sansa anhwe ni ya omo de besane nkafo omo mrahye bedwamu ho no.
Honorable members, the officers undertaking the COVID test have up to 4 p.m. to leave the presence of Parliament. Thus far, about 50 members of Parliament and staff have not submitted to the test. I'm please requesting any member or any staff who have not submitted to the test to please do so immediately. Secondly, Mr. Speaker, we should draw the attention of members to the House that some members of parliament who have in fact tested positive to the COVID are still coming to the chamber. The Speaker wishes me to inform that if those members do not withdraw and isolate, he will be forced to publish the names of members who have tested positive in order to warn the rest of us. Please, let's take this protocol seriously and let all members who have been informed of their test results that they have tested positive withdraw.
Abuzanfo yebeto aso ne akom na hye bedwom ne anan musifo akasa na yebisa se ekoba ne sen na mna hye bedwom bianya covid no musan di eti parliament yi owura akoli ewo ahoma no so no ene bo amane ema despite media ewo free parliament na ene owura akoli wotimi nka we de ekoba ne sen ena ne parliament afia no akwakoye hye
yo ene masujafo efo asesna no. Honorable Joseph Otei Uwutu Deputy of Parliament ono ena otana apugemu na techefo ebekaya bese na wotwimi no ne ena matujafo no womo ese asiese womo ekoye test efa COVID-19 ho na amayehu se wo mu bi ewo bia na tete won etuyehu won status ati fejuma efo ewo ho no monso no wonso eye ochete wonso enkoye test no ebi na eno ena Honorable Joseph Otei Uwutu ene obetna ase na oche ke meje no ebekoso ewo na tibigetie no oye announcement anase odenkai go bi etuya se na se meja fodi a omokoye test no ye de result ate won se won wenya eye COVID-19 ni bi no ene one Natijafo ekate onu speaker no ne parliament ekata no Natijafo na enye bi no eda so ba eye parliament ebe tena chamber ni mu eba parliament ebe nante ho edu ebre wo se wo mo tena chamber ni mu won so ekotena hu na chefe proceedings no won so eka ho a edwedie no ekoso ewo eye chamber ho no mo na directly or see a free speaker of parliament right now Abansumana Bagin. It's not a way to me amba intino no honorable Joseph Otei Uwutu or Sinemono. And intino Amaniano Encoma na Jafua Womubi Nanso no Womubu Wedi Gusto na Womoba Parliament in the fair. It's a near cordon. Wa Wobia Okoso Eba the Jan. Na the way Jaya, let's say Jafua Nankasa Parliament as an institution no. If it take action against whom Jacono. And in Romo Mwenye bin, woman Tineti, Omuya self isolation. Now, Womo Mahodomo, na Womo Empa Embesane Apopro. Abensu or Chemunsua. A Dinamunsu or Hodomoa, Woman Koye test no. And in Womo Modianse Omubepa Koye, and Okrano, Honorable Majority Leader, Honorable Otei Mensabun, so on also, Osoria or Katapa Hono, or Kai Masu Japonese a year. And here some papa. Say Master Jafua, woman for years, test living, Naya Kano, almost better, Makuma 50. And a basi and then woman for years, test living, I used to be able to say, almost a positive and a negative. Your Kaiwo, say woman more than and for years. Any is my walk, and I've been to Central for a walk. Now, Honorable Munta Kamubara, a minority whip, and then as one thing as he ono so say they have na say National Japan ekoye test na anaso bi koye test na oye negative a ye mfreno mo na manie enka nkire no wo ye test no ji say bi oye positive e na wo freno e kan kire say wo ye positive eni nti no say National be ni bi koye test na anaso bi koye test na then in the state of severe no result no ye mfa ma no na ontumi hu whether positive or negative. And I think no wait now I parliament no and was say your mark results no one Saturday. Now when to be able to say wait or will be and now over into the Bama wait no it me anyway near the way na de wo so wo moye no na semijafoɔ no etumi aye wo bia na ɔmo hu wɔn a wɔn be die tira ma ɔmo aye to ɔsɛ wo be dai hɔ dɔm eba ite efa COVID-19 asɛm no de ekosi wɔ parliament house no
Mr. Colley
mo atre ahwɛfoɔ no
ma we de ma me misa we tew na ye fancy ɔhyɛda hyɛda bi pɔte ɔka sɛ wɔn yɛ saa no ɔmo nyaa de ba ɔhyɛda de da bi to so sɛ bi a nansa na se wan da wɔn adi a
Consistency ene a o yes announcement no say omo bi omo koso eba no wo mu nyae no so omo enjaye a ene de deba ne say obetumi abu din into omo hwe na wo mu njae tete ene ya omo tesa announcement na
okay yabadase yemra she bedwam ni odi report ebrewura akoli and odi ensemi ebres covid honsem no sabe the parliament wa wanya bi na wa isolate ones nhweni ya na yekwa akobo di mamansa hu se odi edom ka no ewu Akosua
asemu emra she bedwafo e wo se omo ediso se de be ya se de yesi bodarui eni kwan se yema speaker mpokra e ka ho asem kra ebesisa eni kwan se omo ka ekosisa busiafo ye to akase ebo no eso ana enkramantem ha sei na ye ba haba begina Deputy Executive Secretary Lands Commission we aye corporate services Ora Jones Ofori Buadu ena wo che se aban ye de obetimi bi ase de be ya de wa kire se enensa ase ho sensem wo de ebegu abefo ntentanwoma so computer so na afa bibia aye digitize no wo mo gusu a wo mo eye na mantem ha sei ana enkramantem ha sei de wo kan na mensini ni bi e wo ho a won ma ye makomako enan e no matimi de agu abefo computer so
say ni aya ne say yetumi a digitize your friend say 4 districts 4 registration districts so that districts here making a cover district 01 a cover so far 37 kwa kokosi malam ufi 37 fa pinkwa fa N1 no so sa importem ho abeka awoshi kwashiman honi nyina district 01 Ufa district 03 Accra Central yemfanse baby away cantonments Laboni Usu eko Accra Central eko Latebi Okoshi area enoni 03 yefa 019 if it's Spintex side or efa motorway sa kokosi parts of Tema East Legon side of na 20 a year afienya dowenya pram area into this a pilot area yafa ya digitize a whole records din nyina e de agu computer ena ni aya yenso ne say ya develop software bi a friend Ghana Enterprise Land Information Systems because I say all digitize records now ne obenya your data but who here software a data no be firm amount a process amount a product na sa software na ya developed so me pese me si so say ya the staff ye IT unit staff any idiomo e developers software ne ameka say ye disi ye ni so say time and nipa ba how they be process your documents ne e see to me reduce time because complaints na do so obi oba say me document wa ha 2 years maintain one way the document wa ha say maintain one way but say yet to me a yes digital process in here within a very short time you bet to me I register or document number said problem be anyone yeah revenue streams now are based on services are in for ever request they were NMI NSK to me the running lands commission because of your identity nothing to me happen to my revenue echo from between February to May.
Yako apie mantemu akrobi a ne din ede akotu akrom wo ayensu ano district ne kuafo ho no omani abrepa na 70 a ne se Baby omo ye kua adwuma asase omo ye kua wo so no amanfo etu anwea enti be kwa baby wa ye wafu kura no na obi akwakotu anwea ho eno enam so ema honorable tedinana yaw adi ane amanfo no akwakohia akwakohwe nsase a amanfo ese no a baby omo ye kua ne ade nyina tabre de amanfo de ye baby a anwea ena motu
UTV yedi kan eyi amagana fo hu bisel kwa kutu akrume wapo ye mantema enkrofo fa kuntuna se ekonfusa asesu kutu anwea asese fundobaya masese enkrofo kwamde won ya ka ho asema enei omumra hye bedwani onumunyafo nana yawo akọ ene additional kwakasa atwe muso munya abotre sanso komra hye bedwafia wobeka ho asem
ya asefem esanso reho esanse mema menum ne me papa num a ewo ayenso ano ha no kuayo adwuma na bebre na eyo na wanganya kakra de ahwefie ene abusua wanga asase nso eno so na wodo na wodididi nti yemi asefem yemi areho se atorenchem sei ahyase toyen mebo me humoden edi asemi achi wonga esefata se yetu omunsa aseso ewo se yepata omu bia no mehwe na impatade bia wo bia no yetimi ede amomo wonso a ewo se yehwe na yetwe omaso no mahwe na yatwe omaso ra modetu mu news so na me research team me Anchena assemblyman enso enemy edi hu komo lucky for me na me leadership ewo meeting kakra parliament nti me to loudspeaker mum nyina omutie na ekoso eno nti na ma no pa media america ba na mababa hwe nti me koi me ne omukwa kwatena se na me leadership minority leadership in parliament no yakwa akohia na yedi nkomo na anamon bia wo say yetu fa ho bia no yetu afa ho officially no so me raise such a statement in parliament because san winning situation yi enye ayenso ano penani EDSA in kronkro bebre ho atwa ye ho ahia ene yenso EDSA it is time we found a permanent solution to it. It must be done legally, you know, with terms and conditions observed. Nti metu ho na mompa
na UTV ye pese ne abakra chipenyi ewa yenso anu mensin bedi enkomonenso ye frɛ no testing na wonfa ye bo anan ekɔ na tena ye anasa ne office ye kɔ ye ne hu se adwuma kora wa mabi
Yeto akase bono esono na yehwe coronavirus de esi ama ne homne so ewo omaimu a enei enkwada bie school no a hwehwemu amanam ababeto edwa se ukọ enkronkumamu a eho enkwada ne betimi anya yade ne biesanse ye ka dan a wo motem classrooms o motena mu esuade na bi wo ho omoboboso wo mo apepe so enkonwa omote so kra ne bi wo kra motena so miensa enti sa social distancing ene sa nyoma na ye ka no enyade a wo mo ebetimi aye ne sa eti yade ne nate a eno mbete
Ehwemu akire se coronavirus no so obi wo bi na ben na betimi anya enti na mpanyifo aye ne se makwan da yentem anya hwe no basafa baako emrem na so ko school sahodoa ewo enkronketuo ma enye no na yehu no smarts ne de yebon da wuro so mo enhwo mo de yadwuma na so sukunkuda no etete bu ni nkunya baako so mienu ne miensa na te akunya baako so ha adwene pa na yekọ baabi etese ayensu ano ene suhuma sikropon asambre wo epoye mantemu no sukunkuda no etete so mienu ha adwene a omo akasasra abane se wonye bibi ema won
attendance na encouraging as at now and with the covid issues so ya cycling kola no say materials na bind the bibi but for now beauty said no smacks na bind the embaye no ya encourage them say parents no be am pay bi man ba no for the time being but for tissue ni soap the officer supply bi the be we also have the thermometer guns no so I dey checking colony temperature and opebia chede ke sie ba ko ne nkonwa ni so ya tra kwa wom se yenhwe omanim but till now yen team mo bia enti e be stress so we were philanthropists we were person be boy yen akrabo islamic anke ni beje ho na ye pavilion ni so shape na e wom no se aye hu kakra by any option bia enti mbo bi wo ba bi nso a okay ni bedroom social distancing issue ni enya ho problem kakra nti ye encourage so bia be hye masking no for now but if ankonya sam no nkonya ni so nti ama ye ntumi ndi so obi antena so baako no because nkonya sam no esa number no so ewe anim
ye how kakra ni say ye Veronica buckets na enye that enough for the whole school but we are managing say sana especially the cage, they have to queue up to wash their hands. And I some say furniture dear. How kakra my enti san campaign for bit me a boy furniture kakra and kaya ni beji.
Ebusia ye nyina we so na ye nya aboafo nkrato emra.